The radio announces the arrival of the Permian Basin International Oil Show at the start of Episode 6, Dark Night of the Soul. Dale, James Jordan, finds out about a new oil rig method that requires fewer workers at the oil show. He has been informed that a 4-person team becomes one, which would result in fewer expenses due to decreased insurance, a reduction in the requirement for accommodation, and a reduction in compensation. Boss, BR, and King, the other oil workers implicated in the H2S leak incident, also went to the demonstration to witness the machine in operation. King asks, "What the hell is that?" Boss answered, "That's the future, without us." Tommy's day in Fort Worth changes. When Tommy and TL first meet in the backyard, TL offers to spend the day with his son on his hike to Fort Worth. Tommy reluctantly agrees. Tommy accuses Dan Morello, Andy Garcia, of money laundering once more when he meets up with Cammie Miller, Demi Moore, at a horse show in Fort Worth. A janitor stops TL while he's sitting on the opposite side of the arena and reminds him that his name is Nash and that he used to work for him as an oil rig worker, or roughneck. The former runneck calls him a dick after they catch up, but TL claims they never talked this much even when they were co-workers. Tommy and Morello work out a deal, and Tommy makes a loan he doesn't like because of Cammie's desperation. Morello wants Tommy to believe that he is a competent businessman. They agree that MTex's attorneys will create the papers as they shake hands on the historic deal. Tommy rushes over to deal with the roughneck after TL hits him during the handshake. Tommy really had to drag TL away from him, therefore the conversation between Tommy and Nash must have become considerably worse. According to TL, Nash mentioned his late wife. With tears in his eyes, TL told his son that Tommy's mother's descent into addiction was caused by the loss of their daughter. "Well, Pop, I don't think hers is the only soul that got scrambled," Tommy remarked, glancing at his father. When Ainsley and Angela visit Tommy and TL in the members-only club following their shopping spree, TL advises Tommy to give making Angela his wife once more first priority. "Livin' off memories is not livin' at all," TL replies, shedding tears once more. "You must create them." At a bar with Cammie, Dan, and his spouse, they run across Ainsley and Angela. TL and Angela had a cute moment when they begin to dance. They then bring the other women. Dan and Tommy discuss the violent night they originally met in Season 1 while they are by themselves at the bar. Dan queries Cammie's lack of faith in Tommy. "Her spouse and I began dating. I therefore possessed a copy of her at one point. I didn't hedge it, though. However, the 2008 crash essentially cleared me out, so I went to work for her husband. She doesn't trust me because she believes I'm a loser and that I will ruin her fortune. Well, you're going to have to do something about that, because when those sharks smell her doubt in you, they're gonna poison her with reason to get rid of you," Morello says in an attempt to protect Tommy. Drilling offshore. Rebecca and Nate are finalizing some specifics regarding MTex's impending offshore drilling, which is scheduled to begin in less than 45 days. She wants to speak with a geologist who can truly explain their predicament to her, despite Nate's best efforts to keep her informed about all the figures and logistics. That day, they scheduled a meeting with him. Cooper and Ariana. When we see Ariana and her son Miguel in her mother-in-law's house, they discuss her relationship, her work, and the insurance money she received after her husband passed away. Ariana informs her that although she would never consider taking over for her late husband, she is in love with Cooper and wants to start a new life with him. Ariana's mother-in-law instructs her to make sure Cooper loves her by having him look her in the eyes. When Cooper calls his father to ask for money to purchase an engagement ring, Tommy tells him that's Angela's specialty. In order to purchase a new engagement ring for herself, Angela ultimately offers Cooper her own. Ariana is on her way to work when Cooper gets back to her house, but she begs him to drive Miguel to his abuelita's house across the street. He feels like he is babbling when she asks him why he believes he is ready to marry Ariana, but he responds appropriately. She offers to feed him and teach him how to grill, expressing her approval of their relationship. There appear to be a lot of surprises in store for episode 7.